Hello everyone and welcome back to another Getting Stuff Painted, my bi-weekly give or take update on the various miniatures that have been getting painted for the games we play here on the channel. And there is a very eclectic mix this time. We have a little bit, well, going from left to right, we have a little bit of Crisis Protocol, a little bit of Blood Bowl, a little bit of Star Wars Legion, a big bunch of Warhammer Quest Cursed City, and then a mixture of miniatures from the Batman miniature game as well. Been really putting my head down, getting a lot of stuff painted. I think with this clump of Cursed City miniatures, that puts me at, not counting the other heroes, I think 10 miniatures left to do, maybe on either side of that. But we'll get to that once we talk about them. Going from left to right though, we are starting with Mr. Sinister from Marvel Crisis Protocol, and I'm very happy. I thought that was a drill, it was a van going past the window. Very happy with how he turned out. As I said during the unboxing for him, I don't know too much about him. I remember him from the 90s cartoon, from a storyline I don't remember ever getting closure on. But the miniature I'm very happy with. He's got some very interesting mechanics, and for goodness sake, if you are painting him, do not attach his cape before you do so. It's the last part you would have to do. Leave it off until you painted his body. I painted the cape separately, stuck it on, and it's so much easier to get things done. So as always, nothing but contrast and technical paints used here. Was his Ultramarines blue for his blue bits, Black Templar black. His face is just the grey sear base with Nuln Oil over the top, and obviously the red diamond on his chest and his forehead, and his eyes actually are all Blood Angel red. The vampire cape inner lining is Flesh Tear red contrast, and the slime or whatever, the DNA goo he is standing in, that is a mixture of the Tesseract Glow technical paint with some Warp Lightning going towards the end and some Nuln Oil over the top, and that's just some Leadbelcher silver as well with a little bit more of the Tesseract. Is it Tesseract? The new Necron luminous paint that Games Workshop did. That's the one I'm meaning. I think I'm saying the wrong name, but that's the one I'm meaning. So yeah, really happy with him. I am in the progress of just finishing off Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver as well, and they're hopefully going to be in the next Crisis Protocol Battle Report, so I'm looking forward to giving them a go. Now what I did not like doing, and which is why there's only one of these done and not both, is the Orc Blitzer from the Blood Bowl team that is now one model away from being ready to go on the field. This sculpt is annoying. Not like the other sculpts, even though it's an older sculpt set, it's from 2018. We're fine. It's just this one has a lot of parts where, I don't know if you can tell, but like the armor is just a lump. It's not hanging off him, it's just a lump that goes into his undershirt. So you kind of just have to guess where one ends and where the other begins. I found this very frustrating to paint. Still got one more of these Blitzers, but yeah, then the team is finally ready. We can finally make a return to semi-regular Blood Bowl, but that was a frustrating miniature all in all, and I'm not going to bother covering how I painted them because again it's the exact same, other than the Krellin green for his hair. That's the only difference. So then I was getting sick of painting Cursed City miniatures, so I was like, I want to do something different, something that doesn't involve like blacks and reds and blood. So I settled on Stormtroopers from one of the Star Wars Legion starter sets finally, because I wanted to see how I could paint the white armor in a manner which I liked. So I've done the two sergeants that come in the starter box and a couple of generic Stormtroopers. I think in total there's 6 generic soldiers, or maybe 4 plus 2 heavy weapons. So the way I settled for doing this is grey sear undertone, or base rather, as always. Used the Apothecary white contrast over them, and then used Nuln Oil over all of them, and then did a dry brushing of grey sear on top to try and just bring it up a little bit. If you wanted it even brighter than that, I would use a brighter white. I think the Games Workshop one is called Ceramite, or Ceramic. I don't have any of that, so I just had to use what I had. So if you wanted a whiter edge highlight, definitely don't just use grey sear, because grey sear is a little, it's a murky white. Ooh, let's knock over one of the Oafen watch. Oh, and that's Griffhound Orange for the Sergeant's shoulder plates as well, and Black Templar for their guns, and one of the texture base paints for the dirt slash mud effect slash sand slash whatever, and a little bit of Black Templar on like the holster, the guns, and inside the cracks of the armor, because only the outer armor is white, but they're wearing like a black undersuit. But yeah, I'm happy with how that came out. I don't like things looking too super sparkly, because they're supposed to be at war. So I'm okay with that. And then you've just got 2 generic Stormtroopers who are holding their guns in a manner in which, if it has a scope or a sight, it's absolutely no use to them. I did find that very strange. It's push fit, so it is how they're supposed to be holding them, but it does not look like they know how to do it, which would explain their accuracy when trying to shoot heroes, I suppose, because that is not how you would hold that gun. But either way, that is a start finally on the just rank and file troops from that starter set, and hopefully we'll see some more in the future to get through them. I would like to painting them a lot more than I think I'll like painting the rebels that are in the box, just because it's a unique armor, and it's a very recognizable armor, the Stormtrooper armor. So yeah, I'm happy with how those turned out. So what have we got from Kersey? We have some trash to get through, and then a couple of big things. One more Open Watch. I think I have 5 of these left to do, along with 6 zombies. Oh, so that would be 11 then. Oh, and actually there's one like commander I haven't done, so that would mean 12 miniatures to go, not counting the heroes. I talked about how I painted the Elfin Watch before, so I'm not going to cover it again. Exactly the same used for this guy, just another one that needed doing. So we can quickly go through it. I did paint 3 more rat bases. That's all the rats done, because you get 6 in the box, and then 3 bats, so you get 6 of them in total as well. I got a little lazy. Oh, it's not in focus. I got a little lazy with the second set of rats. Rather than doing like multiple shades of brown, etc., I just did grey rats with skull faces, pink tails, because I hated painting these. They're so much of a hassle. I did not like doing them at all, and you know, with how far away you're seeing them in the videos, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I admit to being lazy with these rats for sure. I just wanted them done, and done they are. No more to be done there. And then the 3 bats. So again, there's 1 big rat in that cluster, is that one. And then in the bats, there's also 1 larger than life bat. And they're the ones that are worth points in hunt missions, etc. Just Black Templar for the bats. Nothing fancy again. I was kind of cutting corners with these because I was sick of painting these after so many bats. And the little bat cluster here as well, which are hard to get in focus. Very quick, I suppose, when it is just the Black Templar. And then the big bat that makes all the rolls for this squad. But I needed to get through these because as you level up in Kersey, the standard size of enemies get larger and you run into more of them. So on that note, finally painted up the final Varkos Bloodborne, the 3rd sibling, done in the same style as the other 2, with the 2-tone hair, etc. Is that in focus? I believe so. So he's just perched on a... It looks like it's tipping over. It's a pillar, but it looks like it's tipping over. Chasing down wounded people because he's desperate for more and more blood. It's not going to be fun when you have to fight 3 of them, because they are very fast and very deadly. And then, the last miniature from Kersey, we have the wolf himself, the big bad Radagar, the big villain, who actually has a new model coming out of himself, fully like transformed into a beast for Age of Sigmar. Nothing to do with Kersey, but still. So for him, it was just grey sear for the wolf pelts he's wearing, with wash over the top Agrax or shade. Other than that, it was the exact same colour scheme as the Elfin Watch, like the skeleton there. And a lot of blood on him, because he's a hungry vampire. So there's blood splattered all over the joint. And yeah, he looks imposing. He's actually, I wish I had one of the hero miniatures handy to show you, but well, I guess the Elfin Watch are roughly the same size as the heroes. Like, he is large. He is not a small person. I guess becoming a vampire makes you large. So yeah, I'm happy enough with how he turned out. I don't know, I feel like, what was the name of the big bad from Blackstone Fortress? Obsidious Malix. I feel like he was more imposing, but maybe that's just because of his thunder hammer. Either way, turned out okay, I think, and he will be turning up in the next video, unfortunately. And finally this week, stuff from Batman the miniature game. We've got Court of Owls / cultist representation in the form of Raptor, who is a Nightwing villain. I couldn't work out what on earth was meant to be on his base. I think it's meant to be Nightwing's like batons, but they're way too large. So, I don't know, I think they just messed up the length, because they're not meant to be that long. Either way, only read one story with him in it, I don't really know too much about him. I used the Volupus Pink for his tactically deployed curtain, and some wildwood for his trousers, Black Templar for his boots, and then for his white top it is just apothecary white with none all over the top on top of the base coat. Gilman flesh for his skin tone, Nazdrag yellow for his golden glove, whose name I never remember, it has a silly name, and that was a snakebite leather for the wooden base as well. So yeah, he can be in Court of Owl crews, but he can also be in Cult crews, which is a bit interesting. So we'll be seeing him sometime in the future when the new objective decks arrive. You might actually have seen the unboxing of the new objective decks before seeing this, assuming they arrive on time. I'm hoping they do. On that note, next we have Red Robin, Tim Drake, Batman's adopted son. And this is his less popular costume for being Red Robin as far as I understand it. It's the costume he had in like Black Mirror. I think that might be the only story I've read with him in this costume. Militarum green for the barrel. It looks like he's falling over, but I think he's supposed to be dramatically jumping over. Let's see what else. A lot of Black Templar, Blood Angels red, Nazdrag yellow, and the slime was done with the same Tesseract, whatever it's called, colour that was seen on Mr. Sinister at the start of the video. So yeah, from this angle it looks like, I don't know, he's really bad at the original Donkey Kong game. He's just getting ready to jump the barrel so he can go punch Donkey Kong in the face. But either way, I put a couple of layers on his cape so that it would look fabric-y rather than see-through-y, which can happen with thinly applied contrast paint. You've got to be thick with it. And the base is just Basilicanum Grey with wash over the top as well. So finally, for this we have 3 miniatures to add to the growing list of a Penguin crew, starting with the man himself. We have the Penguin. He's small, so it might take it a second. There we go. So, he's got one of my dog's hairs on him. There we go, blew it off. We have Wildwood, contrast for his jacket and trousers, Philippus pink for his undershirt, and just some Black Templar and Gilman flesh. Simple as, he's a little guy. It comes with his bat box comes with the big yellow ducky vehicle, so you can put him in that. But you can't just put him in, like if he's on this base, you can't just slot him in, which is annoying. You have to choose, which isn't good for an upgrade card because you lose upgrade cards in the mission, so, or in a game rather. So I don't know, that felt like a mistake to me. But either way, and then from his crew we have Sidekick Loose Lips, which was a character in the Arkham Origins video game. I don't know why you would want a sidekick whose nickname is like the fact that they talk easily. Which is kind of like the running theme with him in the video game. You run into him like 3 times. The first time you extort information from him, the second time the cops do, you know. And he's wearing a Santa hat now because he's selling guns to people, and it's like a Christmas theme. But yeah, it reminds me of Fat Tony's from The Simpsons. He's Tight Lips, right? It's kind of like the exact opposite. He tells all the secrets rather than none of the secrets. Like when is he called Tight Lips? And like another gangster's asked him, where'd you get shot? And he said, I ain't telling you nothing. It's great. Anyway, and then finally we have just one of Penguin's generic people, but he is using the rare triple blood assault rifle that makes him very dangerous. He only has 4 health, so he's very easy to take out. I think 5 willpower, but 4 health for sure. So it's super easy to take out, but if he gets a shot off, it could be potentially 9 blood, which would kill most miniatures in one go. So that is a very dangerous and rare assault rifle in the game. It's a 2nd edition Hangover. I think they're trying to not do that in 3rd edition as much. But yeah, he's a potentially dangerous sidekick. And we'll see him eventually once we can start running Penguin crews. Or, well, even sooner if you've already, again, seen the objective deck unboxing. At the time of me recording this, it's on the way. But if it shows up early, I'll definitely put that video out first. Anyway, that is going to do it for another Getting Stuff Painted. If you want to show me what you've been painting from any miniature game, feel free to do so on Twitter, @GamerEND. I like and retweet and fave and whatnots. And I like seeing miniatures be painted. Don't care about skill level, don't care if it's not a game I play, by all means, because I think it helps encourage people to like just get on with painting, just to see other people doing the same regardless of what the miniature is. So yeah, hope this inspired you to get through your pile of grey shame. If you have any questions about using contrast paints, that's about the breadth of my expertise, you can ask and I'll answer, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks-ish for another update. Definitely features Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver because they're about done but not quite done. at the time of recording this, so they'll definitely be there. You'll probably see them in a battle report before one of these, but that's okay. What else? I'll force myself to do this last Blitzer sooner or later, his twin, and then we still have a bunch of penguin thugs to do. There's still Kersey, so many zombies, but like 8 zombies, 4 I don't remember, a lot of zombies to get through, and I need them done soon. But yeah, we're getting through Kersey, and then after that there's a lot of miscellaneous Batman miniatures I've had sitting for a little while that I keep putting off. I think it's time to get through those, especially with, again, so many crews getting objective decks. But that's not the conversation for here. This was supposed to be just getting stuff painted. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in about 2 weeks for another update. Get painting your miniatures, and thanks for watching. Ta-ta for now.